welcome, especially my little angels. So today in this video we will revise chapter 2, Simon Says. Already we have done this chapter, but now in this video we will revise. First we will summarize the story of Simon Says, then secondly we will revise hard words, word meanings, and we will also revise the book exercises. So let's start our video. So first let me summarize the story of Simon Says. Who was Simon? Simon was a dog, and who was brought to Rita's family. Rita's family was a Christian family who used to celebrate Christmas every year. So Simon was brought to the family because Rita's grandfather slowly he lost his eyesight. So Simon was brought to the family to help grandpa, to play the role of a guide for the grandfather. So one day what happened? The Christmas preparations were going on. The family was having a lot of fun. Then it was the day of 1st of December. Grandpa met an accident, and in looking at first sight, everybody in the family blamed who? Simon. But slowly they came to know that Simon, because of his age, he is also losing his hearing power. So finally grandpa was brought back home from the hospital, and Simon was also happy looking at the grandpa. So now let's revise the hard words of chapter Simon Says. Hard words. In this chapter, many hard words are there. I will revise few hard words for you to pronounce it correctly. Christmas, then countdown, then chopping, then one more word is there on the next page. Let's come to next page. Awful, terrible, favorite, grumble, German Shepherd. One difficult word on this page is there. And then let's move to next page. Mobbed, then porch, mesh, recovery, condition, approaching, dehydrated. And then come to next page. Hoarsely, then empty, unsteadily, and exclaimed. So all these are difficult words of this chapter. Now next is the turn of word meanings. So let's revise word meaning, students. First is grumble. Grumble means complain, shikayat. Next is mobbed. Mobbed means move around unhappily. Unhappily, dukhi hokar gol gol ghumna. Mobbed around unhappily. Then porch. Porch means when you enter the house, in front of the house there is one covered entrance. So that is called porch of the house. Mesh. Mesh, screen made of wires. Like net door is there. जालियों तारों से बना हुआ जाल. Mesh. Dehydrated. Dehydrated, lack water in body. Body में पानी की कमी. Dehydrated. Hoarsely. Hoarsely means sounding rough and harsh. बहुत धीरे से कुछ ऐसा बोलना जो कैसा हो, ठीक से समझ में ना आ रहा हो. When grandpa came back home from the hospital, he spoke hoarsely. Hoarsely because energy level was low in him, so words couldn't come out. That is why he spoke hoarsely. Hoarsely means the sound was coming very harsh and rough. So let's next revise question answers of this chapter. So first question is, who was Simon? I am going to write answers in very short because already you have written answers. So I am going to write it in a short way. Okay students, but you will be able to understand. So first question is, who was Simon? Simon कौन था? And the answer is, who was Simon? Simon was a German Shepherd. शेफर्ड डॉग. साइमन कौन था? साइमन वॉज अ जर्मन शेफर्ड डॉग. साइमन वॉज अ जर्मन शेफर्ड dog. This is answer of question 1. Next, answer 2. Answer 2. Why did Simon let grandpa in the path of the car? Simon ने grandpa को कार के रास्ते में क्यों लाकर खड़ा कर दिया? क्यों ले गया वो कार के रास्ते में? The answer is Simon let grandpa. Simon let grandpa. Simon let grandpa in the path of the car. कार के रास्ते में ले गया. In the path of the car. Why? Because he couldn't hear the horns or the sound of the car approaching towards them, because he was also losing his hearing power day by day. So Simon let grandpa in the path of the car because his hearing power, because his hearing power सुनने की शक्ति, his hearing power was getting weak. उसकी सुनने की शक्ति कमजोर हो रही थी. Was getting weak. So students, your answer is Simon led grandpa in the path of the car because his hearing power was getting weak. Now here grandpa make G capital, grandpa. Next question is question number 3. Did grandpa like being in the hospital? क्या grandpa को hospital में रहना अच्छा लगता था? No. In fact, nobody likes being in the hospital. किसी को भी hospital में अच्छा नहीं लगता. So, answer 3. Did grandpa like being in the hospital? Your answer will be no. Grandpa didn't like being in the hospital. No, grandpa didn't like being in the hospital. No, grandpa didn't like being in the hospital. Next question is question number 3. This is 3. Next question number 4 is when grandpa came home from the hospital, what did Simon do? जब grandpa hospital से वापस घर आ गए तब Simon ने क्या किया? तो Simon ने क्या किया? Let's write the answer. When grandpa came back from the hospital, when grandpa came back from the hospital, what did Simon do? Simon rose happily to his feet. Generally all dogs do in this same way, they behave in this same way. So Simon rose happily to his feet and began to bark. और क्या करते हैं? फिर वो खुशी से भौंकने लगते हैं. And began to bark. So this is your answer. When grandpa came back home from the hospital, Simon rose happily to his feet and began to bark. Simon उनके पैरों पे खुशी से चढ़ गया और क्या करने लगा? खुशी से भौंकने लगा. So next question is 5th one, last question. Why did grandpa start walking again? The answer to this question is, I am rubbing. Answer 1. Those who have not done, complete your work and also learn all word meanings, question answers, and of course spelling of difficult words. Next is question number 5. Why did Grandpa start walking again? So the answer is Grandpa. Answer 5. Grandpa started walking again, although he was not truly recovered, but then also he started walking. So Grandpa started walking again because why he started? Because he needed to get strong again for Simon. Strong again for Simon. ग्रैंडपा ने क्यों चलना शुरू कर दिया? क्योंकि उनको साइमन के लिए खुद को स्ट्रॉन्ग दिखाना था. बिकॉज साइमन वॉज वेरी upset looking at grandfather. Simon was feeling that because of me only I am responsible. I have brought grandpa to this position, to this situation. So that is why he was very sad, and grandpa started walking again because he wanted to show him that he is okay now. So he needed to be strong for Simon. Now, true false. Rita's family did not usually celebrate Christmas. Rita की family Christmas celebrate नहीं करती थी. False. Grandpa was Rita's favorite person. True. Rita's mother left Simon at Grandpa's hospital. False. When Rita got home and Simon didn't move, she realized that the dog was deaf. It's true. The attendant was worried that Simon would bite Grandpa. True. True, false we have revised. Word meanings we have revised. Question answers also we have revised. Now come to page number 26. Vocabulary part we will do. Now what you have to do? Read these sentences from the story. Then identify and circle the correct meaning of the highlighted word. If you are not sure, find the sentence in the story and read it. First is, Ma had brought Simon back to our place, but he just mobbed around the house. The meaning of mobbed is sniffed, sulked or walked. So you have to tick on walked. C is correct option. Second part. Then Grandpa told me how much he longed to be home. How he hated being in the hospital. So he longed means here really wanted. Tick on C, really wanted. Next, third, he must feel like I have deserted him. Deserted him, blamed him. Tick on B, blamed him. Next, fourth, it took Ma 2 weeks to convince the doctors to let Grandpa come home with us. It took Ma 2 weeks to convince. Convince here the correct option is make someone do something. किसी को कुछ करने के लिए तैयार कर लेना. So here Ma convinced doctors. माँ ने डॉक्टर्स को ग्रैंडपा को हॉस्पिटल से डिस्चार्ज करने के लिए रेडी किया. So correct option is C. Make someone do something. Next is both made a slow, steady recovery. Both means grandpa as well as Simon. So correct answer is return to normal state. दोनों who both grandpa as well as Simon. So return to normal state because they both met an accident and they both were injured. So they both were recovering slowly and they were returning to normal state. So correct answer is A. Okay students. So we have revised all exercises of this chapter. First, I have summarized the chapter. then hard words I read, then word meanings we have revised, question answers also we have revised. All these things you have to learn, and finally we have revised true false, which is given in the book exercise. Okay students, so that's all for today. Have a good day. Bye bye.